बुल पपीसियां ओदियां गल्लां गल गल नार दियां मैं सदके टोआ थोड़ी आला ना पतली ना भारी.
Well, this New Year's, let's get into the groove and Bhangra Pale, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So who amongst the two of you has the moves?
I would say both of us.
Yeah, I've done the film, so I'm guessing both of us.
Both of us. Quite a lot of training as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you know, sometimes they say you have an inherent rhythm, you know, and it's just your inborn dancer. So amongst the two of you, who actually feels he or she is an inborn dancer?
I don't know about her, but I do feel like I'm an inborn dancer. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and you know, instantly took a liking to it the first time I danced on stage. So yeah, I would say I feel like I'm an inborn dancer. Do you?
I've been dancing since I was a kid, obviously, different dance forms and taking part in all kind of cultural activities at school. So yeah, I've been dancing all my life. Never imagined I would do a film based on dance, especially Bhangra. But yeah, it's a great feeling to be a part of this.
And also in the new year, we have two dance films coming, Bhangra Pale and Street Dancer.
Yes.
How come our industry is now waking up to these films, you know, because in Hollywood you had Footloose, you had Flashdance, you've had Glee. But now suddenly we are waking up to that entire genre of dance films. What do you think? What's your take on it?
You know what, I really, I think that Bollywood as a film industry, we've always been a musical, right? We've always had a lot of songs and a lot of dance in those songs. So inherently our films have always been dance films.
True.
You know, you take Jitendra, you take Govinda, you take all these great dancers. Shammi Kapoor. Down south you take Prabhudeva sir.
Yeah.
So all these people have, these are great dancers in their own right. So we have always been a dance and song film, even if it's a drama or a romance or an action, right? But I think recently, because of you know, these films being made in the West, and in India also, a lot of people are opening up to a lot of other dance forms, you know, Western dance forms and everything, and they're embracing our own dance forms as well and creating fusions and everything. So I think it was just a natural progression, you know, to get into a dance film.
True.
And I think Remo sir took the start. Yeah, he started it and he did a great job. I'm a great fan of his films, of his dance films. He imbibes emotion with dance very well. So I think it was just a natural progression that now we start going in that direction.
Because back in the day, in the 80s, you had that face-off. You know, remember Rishi Kapoor and Tariq and Hum Kisi Se Kam Nahi, that 7-minute long thing. And that's where it would end. So a little bit about Bhangra Pale. Do you both feel that this, I mean, I was reading about you started auditioning since you were 21.
Yeah, 21 I got out of college and I went on to assist on a film. And then after that, immediately after that, I started auditioning and doing stuff here and there,
And you made your debut in a movie called Sunshine Tour.
Music Tours and Travels. Yes.
Why did you choose that?
Because I auditioned for it. I didn't choose it. I wasn't in a position to choose anything. I auditioned for this, for the film. I liked the story that they were trying to tell. And it's that, you know, at that age, you want some work, you want to do something, you know, you want to use your creativity and show it to the world. So when I got this opportunity and I thought Shailendra sir, who was our director and producer, he showed that trust in me, I immediately grabbed the opportunity. Didn't work, that's a different thing, but the journey was beautiful.
And you chose to start from down south. So could I call this your official Bollywood debut?
Yes, of course you can. I think starting from the south, I actually never really thought of being an actor. Like, it was not like mujhe badi hoke actor banna. It wasn't one of that. I think it was something that just came by and I thought, you know, why not give it a shot? In college, trying to explore what you want to do in life and, you know, what you want to finally be. I always was inclined to do something creative. Never wanted to do something, you know, constant every day. And I remember I started with a film in Kannada, which is Karnataka, you know, cinema. And then moved on to Telugu, which is Hyderabad, Andhra Pradesh. And as I went in, you know, did those films, I realized that, this is something I thoroughly enjoy. And here I am today.
So she's basically grown from one state to another.
To another, yeah. She's going to touch, in her career, she's going to touch every state.
Oh no, it wasn't that way.
Pura Bharat.
It was a gradual process. Like I honestly I didn't know anyone in the industry. So there was no one to guide me. There was, no one to, let me know how could I even, if I want to start with Hindi, how do I make it here?
Yeah.
So I think that was like the route I got and I took that up and yeah.
And in his case, your father's been with the industry.
Yes.
And I remember I spoke to your brother where he said, my mother teases me, tu ab bada star ban gaya. How is she dealing with now two actors in the family?
No, I side with my mother here.
Okay.
So whenever my mom says, tu bada star ban gaya, I go like, haan, tu ban gaya. So I am on my mother's side, with this. No, but I think a lot of things changed quite fast, when it came to that in our house. But the core is still the same, we still, when we sit together, we are still a middle class Punjabi family having food together and having discussions about everything else. So it's not changed much in the house, but otherwise when you step out, it's very interesting to see my mom and dad are not very used to paparazzi, right? But now they're opening up to it, and now, first mom used to be like, "Arey, ye kyun photo khich rahe hai? Ye kya ho raha hai?" When we used to step out and, Vicky used to get clicked. But now I think she's getting used to it and she's opening up to it. Yeah.
Because it was very interesting that I'm going a little off track here. So when I met your brother, he'd put up a post where he's suited, booted, and your mother apparently wrote saying, Abhishek Bachchan enna patla kaise ho gaya? Dubla ho gaya.
Yeah.
So now she's so used to both the sons being clicked and snapped. So is she now coming to terms with it? Then there will be, of course, be other stories that will come up.
Yes.
So how is she dealing with that?
She's dealing quite well, actually, because she understands that there's a thin line between reality and what is not. So, and she has this confidence in us, which is just great, So, I think, it's progressing quite well. It's not like suddenly one morning we both woke up and or Vicky woke up and he was this star. It was a natural progression. So I think she also got time to warm up to the whole process and situation. But at the end of the day, she feels really proud whenever somebody, in her friend circle comes to her and say, "Ki maine Vicky ki photo dekhi, maine Sunny ki photo dekhi, maine trailer dekha unke film ka." She goes, "Yeah, of course."
Oh, so sweet. But there was something very interesting Anil Kapoor said. He says, my wife has given up because film stars are so vain. He says the three of us who are always looking at ourselves in the mirror. Like जाके कि शीशा साथ में, तो आप दोनों के साथ भी यही प्रॉब्लम है जहाँ शीशा देखा तो?
नहीं, मेरे साथ अभी तक तो नहीं है.
मेरे साथ it's not like I have to look at a mirror if I pass it, but when it's needed, yeah.
Okay, so we're coming back to Bhangra Pale. What was it about the movie that both of you said, yes?
We were auditioned for it, we got it. It was not like they came and said, "Apo ye karna hai." It was actually like, so we auditioned for it, both of us, and I went to also, so I did my first audition, which was a scene from the film, which was a very important aspect that Sneha, our director, wanted to see how the person coming on board would deliver that, which is the equation she shares with her mum, her baby basically. And then post that, when they said, okay, fine, they were convinced about that, they sent me like a Punjabi song that I had to prepare a choreography on, and a kind of a hip-hop song. So after seeing that is when there were these 2-3 rounds, and then when I came to Bombay, I met the team, and we did a small audition there. So obviously they were launching, like a new pair, fresh face. So obviously it was a long process. But I think about in 2 weeks or so, it all got sorted, and that's how I came on board. But initially, when I read the character sketch, when I was doing the first audition for the scene, I immediately had a liking towards it, and I was really hoping I get the film. So it happened, but it was great.
So for you, it was back in the hood, Punjabi. And there are two of you in the film.
Yes, that's so that was a cherry on top for me. And no, since I was a kid, I've been born and brought up in this culture, and Punjabi and Punjabiyat, it runs in my blood. Even when we were, मुझे याद है बचपन में in the car, Dad used to play only Punjabi songs. So we've grown up on that, on Bhangra and everything. So
बोलते हैं ना पंजाबियों के लिए जहाँ ढोल बजता है भांगड़ा शुरू
हो जाता है. करेक्ट. So वही होता था हमारे साथ भी बचपन में. And तो जब ये फिल्म आई and I auditioned for it, I instantly said, nobody else should get it. So I got out of the audition process and I said, listen, you want me to do 10 auditions? I will. but I am going to play this. I am going to do this film because nobody else can. Like, I was so confident. I was like, I have to, you know. And there was an opportunity to present to the world what Punjabi culture is, what Bhangra is, what it means to them, you know. And playing two parts in the film, one set in the early eras in 1940s and one set in 2019, which is today. And you see how it has changed over the course, and how, and then also imbibing a very personal story about these two people, the grandfather and the grandson, and how Bhangra forms a tool to kind of join their story with a thread. So all that was really, because it wasn't just a dance film. It wasn't just a film about Bhangra as a dance form. It was about Bhangra as a culture, as what impact it has on the Punjabi culture and on India as a whole.
True. Yeah. And also Punjabi culture, we see a lot of that in songs now, because every film has to have a Punjabi song.
Yeah.
Earlier Punjabis were caricatured.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, well, I guess we are all coming together. Yes. And also another thing about, as you said about auditions, it's a tough industry that both of you are in.
True.
They say, na, wo Frisky Friday, I mean, there are lots of names given to that Friday. It's Frisky, it can be a frenzied Friday. What is it about auditions? What is it that you go through? What do you feel? Is there anxiety? Is there stress? And one audition to another? What's your mind space like?
I don't think, I don't feel any anxiety or stress, because it's a part of the job. You know, it's like a job interview you give. You go to, in the corporate world, you go to look for a job, you have to give interviews, right? So it's a natural process that people who are, who would want to make a film with you, who would want to put money on you as a face, they would want to know what you're worth. They would want to know how well you can do what they expect you to do. So I think audition is a very natural process and a very transparent process. And it's a good thing that, you know, we go in and audition to showcase ourselves. You get it, you don't get it is besides the point. But it's just excitement, you know, whenever you get inside the audition room, you want to get that part. It is that excitement that drives you to give your best.
What about you?
I think for me, initially when I started auditioning, I used to think about like, okay, the audition's done. I always took it up like a learning process. You know, if I get the part or I don't, either ways I'm doing a different character. It's something that I can explore, you know. If I get it, great. If I don't, then it's helped me in some way. Yeah. So I started looking at it like that. But obviously initially that, the feel of, you know, I wish I get it was more. But then later on I started just giving the audition and I left it, you know, to that. I didn't think about it too much. I didn't stress myself about it. When will I get a call back? When will things work out? Because I just felt that started hampering my thought process to even think further for, you know, what I want to do or a further audition or any other work. So I used to give the audition and I used to just come back and used to be like, okay, great, if they call back, great, if not, then just, you know, it's fine. So with this film, that call did come back, and still till the end, everything didn't get settled. I was like, just wait.
You know, we tend to romanticize struggle, but the one who's going through it knows in his or her head what that person is going through.
True.
What do you want to tell to people who just romanticize the struggle? Wo jaise luck by chance mein bhi dikhaya tha na? It was a very honest film. Yeah. But there is, you sometimes romanticize the struggle where with the placard, audition 1, audition 2, scene 2. Yeah. What would you want to say?
I tell you what, in retrospect, even I do. I romanticize struggle because that's what made me who I am today, right? Like she said, the audition's not only, it's not only a tool to get you a certain project, it also helps you a lot to hone your skill, you know, when you're in the front of the camera. So, you know, it's just, there will be days when you're down and out and you would feel like you're not cut out for this, but that's just an illusion. It's what you know, the moment when you think that this is what I want to do and this is where my life lies, that's the real moment, and that's what you just have to catch and move on in life. So no matter how much you struggle, no matter, and it's a natural process. You go anywhere in the world, whatever you want to do, in some capacity or the other, everybody struggles. So it's not just,
which is true.
Since we are in front of the camera, we talk a lot, we give interviews. Struggle in film industry is romanticized, as you call it. It's you know, it's put out there.
गाने भी लिखे जाते हैं यार.
बिल्कुल, it's put out there.
फुटपाथ पे रहे थे.
एकदम. So I'm saying, so it's not that nobody does, it's not that only we do, you know, it's just that because the rate of return is so much higher in this, you know, that you feel ke, arey, we should write something about it or we should romanticize it. But it's at the end of the day, it's what you have to do to survive in the world, you know, and make a mark for yourself.
So your dad was in the film industry. Did your mother ever say to you two boys, "ये actor बनने का क्या फिर तू चल गया?"
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. In fact, they were very happy because Dad said a very interesting thing when we told him that we want to be a part of this industry.
Both of you brothers decided बचपन से यही ख्वाब?
नहीं, बचपन से नहीं है. हमने पढ़ाई के दौरान हमें लगा कि हम 9 to 5 नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो यही कर लेते हैं. But Dad said a very interesting thing. He said that the industry which gave me everything in life, I can never tell you not to be in that. It gave me my bread, butter, the respect that I command today. So it gave me everything in my life. So if you guys choose to be in it, it's just the most happiest moment in my life. And they were really very supportive, very happy.
What about you? You've done Down South, you're here.
Yes.
They say Down South, far more organized, far more disciplined, don't get into promotions. What is it like? Now you do the comparison, an honest one.
Is it?
One good and one bad about both.
In terms of, I think, organizing, I don't think I faced any trouble. I've done 4 films down south, and touch with the teams that I got to work with were young and great, and they were very organized. And I don't have, in terms of organization, no, I wouldn't lie, didn't have any trouble. I think the only, not the bad point, but you know what the setback there would be, that the language barrier, obviously, for me. And you know, then you don't end up commuting too much on set, so you know, you're more to yourself, because people, you know, feel like there's this language barrier. They also don't really come up and speak to you. And obviously, you're not as comfortable as you would be, and as effortless as you would act in your own language. That's the only thing I feel like was, you know, a little, you know, like a small setback there. Obviously here, I'm speaking in my own language, I can emote, or I can, you know, modulate because I'm comfortable with the language. So that's a good thing here. And the good thing there is, I just feel like, the teams that I got to work with were so, like, you know, they were making realistic films. Their filmmaking was very natural. They never wanted me to, you know, express to, you know, like over the top or anything of that sort. They let me be me. They let me express in my comfort zone. So I've honestly not had any such bad experience or anything like that I can recall. So it's been great. I think awesome. I've just been blessed to have a good teams there and here too.
And after Bhavna Pale, the same month you have Forgotten Army. I saw the preview and very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So that was just very different. Here you are like dancing and there you're shooting.
Shooting, yeah, that is very different. That's one of my most cherished roles and projects. You know, it's something that the character I'm saying, not the setup, not that it's based on the Indian National Army, but just the character that I played, something which is very close to my heart. So,
and then you have Shiddat coming.
And then I have Shiddat coming.
So it seems like a packed 2020.
Yeah, trying. Koshish jari hai.
Well, we'll have to get in touch with, like, now the Kaushal brothers will be the busiest siblings. वो कहते हैं ना?
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
And what about you? What's up for you?
For me, I'm currently just enjoying this whole process, and let's see what happens next.
Awesome. All the very best. And it's 2020. Anything on your wish list? Any actor or actress or director that you want Santa to just drop a note for you?
Oh wow! If you're getting Santa in the equation, then yes, a lot.
Genie है यहाँ पर wish कर दो. 2020 नया decade है यार.
I don't know. I mean, Zoya Akhtar, Meghna Gulzar, Rajkumar Hirani, to name a few.
That's a long list.
That's a long list.
Yeah, you can't.
And अगर Santa दे ही रहा है, so why not play a superhero in a Marvel film?
Wow.
तो यार आजकल तो हम ही सुपर हीरो फिल्म्स कर रहे हैं.
बिल्कुल. I'm a big comic book fan ना, so.
Who's your favorite comic character?
Comic character. Actually, when I started, my favorite comic character was Superman.
Yeah.
But when the films started coming out, it shifted to Iron Man. Only because of Robert Downey Jr. Man, what an actor he is.
What about you?
My wish list, I think I would, my wish list is always, as an actor, I want to play some historic character, like something that's ancient. So,
like who?
Either, who I've not thought of anything historic, but or unless playing a biopic, like something which is like a real story.
So there must be one real character. Like we've always had a hero. Like Anne Frank was mine. I'm giving out. So who would yours be?
Mine would be I don't know, any kind of like probably queen or Rani or something like that. I mean, there's so many made, so I don't know.
अभी झांसी की रानी पे तो बहुत पिक्चर
बहुत पिक्चर है, इसलिए वो नाम ले नहीं पा रहे हैं शायद.
नाम नहीं ले पा रही हूँ, पर I think you know मैं ही सोच के बताऊंगी कि इस पिक्चर इस क्वीन पे कहानी नहीं बनी तो बना दो, मुझे ले लो.
Anyways, all the very best. More power to you both. Bhangra Pale.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
एक पंजाबी में गाना गा सकता हूँ मैंने छोटा सा.
पंजाबी में?
Why not?
कौन सा गाना?
कुछ भी गा दो यार. Since it runs in the Kaushal veins.
Movies I don't know the lyrics properly.
कोई भी पंजाबी.
You can sing.
Ranjha?
हाँ, fine.
That's not a Punjabi song.
It's not a Punjabi song, but बोल तो मैं.
Can I just sing a random Punjabi song?
Yeah, I know he's gonna sing Lehenga. No.
हो तेरे टिल्ले तो ओ सूरत दी दिया हीर दी हाल वेख गोरखा उड़दी है फुलकारी बुल पपीसियां ओदियां गल्लां गल गल नार दियां मैं सदके टोआ थोड़ी आला ना पतली ना भारी.
Awesome.
Nice.
Playback भी करोगे अपनी पिक्चर पे?
नहीं मैं काम है.
करेगा इसका ड्रीम होगा, I'm sure.
बोल सच्ची बता दो यार, सच्ची बता दो. ये भी होगा.
चलो ठीक है, कोई मौका दे देगा तो.
इतना सा ख्वाब है.
कोई मौका दे देगा तो.
Okay, you would.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I would love to sing.
Thank you so much, Sunny and Rukshar. All the more power to you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.